The Honda CRF250R has seen plenty of changes since the bike's inception in 2004, but the newest generation model is arguably the most significantly changed CRF250R Honda has ever produced. Perhaps the most significant and noteworthy difference is the new dual overhead cam, DOHC, engine. This marks the first time Honda has gone away from the single overhead cam, SOC, unicam engine on its small-bore motocrosser, and, as an added bonus, the all-new engine is electric start equipped. Honda's goal with the new engine design was to increase power, especially in the higher RPM. A few other unique features that are immediately visible are the two completely separate exhaust systems from port to muffler. The majority of the rest of the bike mirrors the current CRF450R, which was all new in 2017 and has become the best-selling motocross bike in the past year. The CRF250R receives a Showa 49mm H-style spring fork, which replaces the Showa separate function fork, SFF, triple air chamber, TAC, unit that was spec'd on the 2017 model. Other changes include a new frame, downdraft intake, titanium fuel tank, and bodywork that mirrors the CRF450R. The changes Honda made to the bike are immediately noticeably on the track. The new engine delivers power unlike any other CRF250R that has come before it and is remarkably improved. The power delivery is much stronger than the previous generation bike on the top end. Therefore, it works best when ridden in the higher RPM. The mid-range hits hard, but one area where the new engine is not as good as the old engine is on the bottom end. However, that is one of the few areas where the previous engine excelled, and most 250F riders tend to ride in the upper RPM anyway. The throttle response is extremely snappy, which despite the mellow bottom-end power, helped when accelerating out of soft corners. Hondas have always been praised for smooth shifting, and the all-new engine proves to be no different, and the clutch pull is very easy and smooth as well. The new CRF revs much higher than the 17 model and has better over-rev, which makes it easy to maintain momentum and not having to shift when going up the hills and attempting to clear bigger jumps. The bike comes stock with 3 map settings: Map 1, Stock, Map 2, Smooth, and Map 3, Aggressive. Map 1 had great top end but a fairly mellow bottom end. On the other hand, Map 3 improved the bottom end power but not as much as I would have liked, and had a bit less top end power. Map 2 was mellow and didn't appeal to me as the conditions we rode in were fairly deep for most of the day. Overall, Honda's all-new DOHC engine is significantly improved over all of the previous unicam engines, especially for faster riders and those who like to spend their time in the upper RPM. The new Showa 49mm spring fork is a tremendous improvement over the previous Showa SFF TAC fork. The new spring unit offers a fine balance between comfort and performance feel. With the stock suspension settings, the bike wanted to stand up in rutted corners and the front end seemed to wash out in flat corners occasionally, so the Honda technicians raised the fork 1mm up in the clamps, which helped the front end hook up better and not tends to wash out as much on the flat corners. They also went 2 clicks stiffer on the fork compression to get better hold up and prevent the fork from riding too low in the stroke. Aside from having a better feel on the track and unlike the fork on the 17 bike, the new fork is easy to dial in with no air pressure gauges necessary.